In Nigerian culture, it's normal that you would have staff. This is it's not so much in the British. Let's say it's not so much. It's not that common in Western culture, but in Nigeria specifically, I know in Africa, but specifically in Nigeria, it's normal that you would have a houseboy, a house girl, or you might have a gate man, but you have people who run the errands for the home, and it's not out of place. It is actually expected. So growing up, each stage in our lives, we would have a houseboy, house girl, a nanny, a gate man. Sometimes when my parents go through phases where they have a cook, and this is normal. But my parents were deliberate when we were growing up in us having some responsibility. So despite the fact that we had a houseboy or houseboys, it was my brother's responsibility at some stage in his life to wash the cars every week. And despite the fact that we had a cleaner, a house girl, it was my responsibility at one stage in my life to tidy up my parents' bedroom, make their bed, sweep it, and make sure that it was tidy. The same for our stuff. So this is before washing machines in Nigeria. So despite the fact that we would have a laundryman, our parents insisted that we be the ones to wash our clothes by ourselves, not with a washing machine, manually wash our clothes, despite the fact that they were paying someone for that role. And then, like with the family pets as well, it was our responsibility as children to make sure the dog was fed, the cat was fed. When my dad had birds, he used to keep canaries, to make sure that there was food in the bird's bowl and there was water, despite the fact that we had people who were paid to do this. Also, um, they were very deliberate in the way we were corrected and our attitude to correction. This is what I really want to talk about, our attitude to correction. So, if you are being told off, nobody likes being scolded, nobody likes being told off, but absolutely insisted that you do not have an attitude when you're being told off, that you, with humility, accept responsibility for what you've done, say sorry, and don't say it with an attitude. If you're not ready to say it and mean it, don't say it at all. Why am I talking about all of this? Um, I've come across many adults who you can tell this person had no responsibility when they were growing up. They have not been brought up with the ability to think about somebody else. They've not been brought up with the ability to empathize. They haven't been brought up with any responsibility. They have never had to look after anybody else. They have never had to look after anything else. I remember, because I'm the oldest of three children, that there was responsibility on me for my siblings. I mean, not to the point that it was a burden, but there was an expectation that if something was wrong with my brother, he should be able to talk to me about it, and I, as a person who's older, supposedly wiser, should be able to think or help him talk through the situation. But I'm coming across, and I think I'm a bit surprised that this is not the norm. I'm surprised that people have been allowed to grow up into adulthood without any accountability, without any sense of responsibility. And I'm just wondering, how are these people brought up? How are you bringing up your children? I am no parenting expert at all. I've got two small girls and I am no parenting expert, but I'm just wondering, is this a normal thing that you bring your child up with some level of responsibility? No matter how young they are, once they can walk, they can talk, just something. Let them look after their teddy bears. Let them look after something as they grow up, and also how you have to watch their reaction to correction, because again, now I'm seeing there are a lot of adults who have nobody in their lives that they answer to. There is nobody that can stand and say to them, listen, you were wrong to do that, and they would listen or they would accept. So if that's the case with you, think about it. I mean, who are you accountable to? Is it your partner? Does your partner dare tell you that you've got it wrong, or are you the lord and master or queen of your home? Do you have parents who can maybe call you to order, an uncle, a friend, whoever it is, your kids? Is there anybody that you answer to? I mean, honestly, answer to? Is there anybody that can tell you, listen, you messed up there, and you would listen? If there isn't, if there is, this isn't like a judgment thing, but if there isn't, you need to check yourself, really. You need somebody like that in your life, because chances are that you are getting a lot of things wrong, but nobody is telling you. So I know who I'm accountable to. I have actually quite a few people who can very clearly tell me off, and I won't feel demeaned or small. I will feel loved because they love me enough to stand in my way, to tell me the truth. What about you? Is that the case? If you don't have anybody that you are accountable to, anybody that you will honestly listen to, sort it out. Sort it out, because chances are that you've made a few mistakes, but you have nobody in your life who is helping you grow. That's my thought for today. Bye.